ever stared at an epic frame and wondered how the world inside it was built? This commentary steps behind Baahubali, where visual effects do not merely decorate the image but drive the story forward. From a waterfall that seems to speak destiny, to a city that breathes authority, to a war that balances chaos with order, each shot is the result of thousands of carefully judged choices. We begin with a quick calibration of the eye. The difference between the raw plate and the finished frame. The plate gives us authentic light, dust, and moisture on skin. The final adds water simulations, mist passes, set extensions, and color grading, all fused into a single emotion that feels properly mythic. That emotional target is the compass for everything that follows. Consider the waterfall. The director did not want a pretty postcard. He wanted resolve made visible. On set, the team created practical spray and controlled flow so that cheeks caught specular highlights, hair beaded with moisture, and the air felt humid. Computer graphics then took over. Multi-scale droplets supplied weight, a fine aerosol supplied mystery. A soft light wrap allowed illumination to cling to silhouettes. The seams of compositing disappear, and what remains is the sensation of height and force. A waterfall convinces only when the air convinces. Compositors lay in depth haze that thickens with distance, while far mountains lose saturation to assert atmospheric perspective. A thin thread of God rays cutting through mist adds sanctity. A warmer grade on skin keeps the hero from looking cold against the volume of water. With these touches, nature tips into legend. Sound design completes the illusion. A gentle water swell, a discreet whoosh on the reveal, and a low sub-bass that you feel more than hear combine to anchor visual mass. When sound and image lock in this way, the brain assigns weight to the world. Now turn to the war. The challenge is to make 10,000 troops more than numbers on a screen. The solution is chaos that has order. In the near field, live actors supply mass. Dirt bursts at impact. Shields clatter and boots stamp contact shadows into the ground. In the far field, crowd simulation generates thousands of agents with variation in armor, weapon, gait, and stamina. Animation cycles run out of phase, so movement does not appear synchronized. And formations use anchors, so the army does not drift like a sliding texture. Effects layers are the quiet heroes. Dust is aligned to the wind and the sun. Debris decays over frames, and blood mist is restrained to maintain tone and ratings. Wide shots let scale explode, and just as the eye starts to float, editorial cuts to close-ups of real props. A scratched shield, a trembling bowstring breath-fogging in cold air. These inserts lock the scale and reground the spectacle. Color finishing carries narrative meaning. Before battle, stormy blues and steely grays suppress heat and slow the pulse. In triumph, golds, reds, and earth tones bloom. The palette is not decoration, it is the pulse of the scene. The performer's training is the bridge between choreography and believability. Frames feel heavy only when bodies have earned that weight. The cast spends months on conditioning, stamina to wear armor for hours, shoulder strength to swing weapons without injury, and hip mobility to spin and recover on mark. Fights are broken into 3 to 5 move combinations. Rehearse slow, then medium, then fast, with eye lines marked so blows red to camera. At high intensity, the team swaps to rubber weapons and saves metal for clean hero moments. Calluses, blisters, and bruises are common. Breathwork is drilled so exhale and inhale align with steps and strikes. Wire rigs handle the impossible under strict safety with double checks, spotters, and previs. In post-production, wire removal and meticulous roto around hair and fabric restore reality. The purpose is not to show brute strength, but to stage it so the camera can translate it. Hits miss by inches, yet land with cinematic force because timing, angles, and sound design collaborate to sell impact without harm. Mahishmati, the film city, is more than a backdrop. It functions as a character. The architecture blends classical Indian forms with mythic exaggeration. Heavy pedestals that feel immovable, elongated towers that slice the sky, and needle-sharp spires that declare power. Modular, three-dimensional components establish repetition and rhythm, while lighting avoids repetition. Warm rim lights kiss statue edges, long shadows crawl across plazas, and thin rays thread through dust. With crowd, tiles, and set extensions pushed to the horizon, the city appears to breathe. Texture work leans into stone pores, bronze patina, and sun-baked pigments. The final grade ties these details together with a gold-red earth palette for heat and authority, offset by pre-battle blue-gray to prime tension. In this way, design, lighting, and color speak the same language. Much of the craft lives in the last 5%. Rotoscoping on hair strands, edge mats for semi-transparent fabric, and thoughtful light wraps unify silhouettes. Contact shadows under feet and wheels pin elements to the ground. Specular control keeps sweaty skin from reading as plastic. Micro jitter in hand-held plates is preserved so computer-generated elements inherit the same small imperfections. These finishing passes are rarely noticed, yet they are the reason shots disappear into the film. Timing is the quiet metric that shapes emotion. Reveals land on musical downbeats. Whip pans hide transitions. Impacts often wait a fraction of a beat, so the viewer anticipates before experiencing. That moment of anticipation is where mythic believability lives. The film is not chasing perfect physics. It is aiming for emotional truth at an epic scale. When you revisit these frames, try counting the layers at work. Distant matte paintings, horizon-wide set extensions, crowd, simulations, sculpting rhythmic chaos, effects that weave dust and water into the air, practical stunts timed for camera, and a final grade that seals the feeling. Each layer stays humble so the whole can be grand. In the end, Baahubali does not pursue literal photorealism. It pursues a sense of mythic believability rather than physics to the atom. It strives for emotion to the bone. If this breakdown deepened your respect for the craft, share the timestamp of the moment that gave you chills. If you would like a second part that dives shot by shot into crowd simulations or the waterfall pipeline, let me know. Thank you for watching, and consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this with anyone who loves Indian cinema and the art of visual effects.